Hey everyone, it's Matthew from That's a Matthew, and you're watching Disney Channel. Hey, I did it! Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of That's So Matthew. Today, I am super excited to have a brand new guest with me today. Introduce yourself, say hi, do the things.
Hi, so I'm Bethy. I'm excited to be here.
I am very excited to have you on. We are like besties. We met in Moana, and you guys, I talk about Moana all the time because it was a time to be alive. And now we're talking about Twitches 2, which I talked about Twitches, the first one last year with my friend Michael. Go check that one out. It's a good movie. I feel like I've always heard that Twitches 2 is like bad, but I have to disagree. Just like right off the bat and putting it out there. I watched it and I was like, why do people hate on this?
Yeah, like it's definitely delivering in areas that you would not expect it to, you know? Like, obviously it's a Disney Channel movie, but like, there's a lot of elements here that are way better than expected.
Yes, like this movie, first off, has a completely different vibe than the first one. The first one gives me like high school, like witch vibes. This one is like fantasy witch vibes. And you know what? I was here for it. I'm a sucker for anything fantasy, and I'm not even afraid to say it. And the CGI was actually pretty good. The CGI for a Disney Channel movie in 2007, 8, this was pretty solid, I think, at least.
Like I keep thinking of the CGI and like comparing it to today's standards, but like back then that was good for like how low budget this was.
Yeah, literally, it's literally what is I read the budget and I was like shocked, but it is only like $26 million, which is quite small for Disney Channel, to say the least. So, but this movie is very interesting. And before we even like talk about anything, I just want to talk about the fact that the movie is called Twitches 2, but not like 2 like the number. It's like the word TOO, and it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, like who made that decision? Don't understand.
Like, I feel like it would be different if like maybe like another pair of like twin witches like was introduced. So it'd be like their Twitches 2, like that makes sense.
Yeah,
but, like,
yeah.
That's what I was kind of thinking was gonna happen. And then like literally nothing of this sort happened, and it's just called Twitches 2.
Yeah. Like, did you make a typo in the script or something? Like,
It feels like very like
you never learned your grammar skills.
yeah, it felt very like I just didn't know what like clever to like name this, because I love like Fast and Furious 2, like that makes sense. Or something like along the lines where they're like very clever, like Too Fast, Too Furious, like that is good.
Yeah.
What is this? What is this? So that's my first like rant of this podcast episode. Many more to come. But honestly, let's just get into it. Some fun facts is that this is a sequel to the Disney Channel original movie Twitches, which you have not, if you have not seen it, what are you doing? Go watch that first, because I feel like this is kind of a spoiler. You know, on the podcast for spoilers, because I don't know, like whatever. So the filming began in April 2007, and it aired right before Wizards of Waverly Place aired, which is very iconic. Like they do like the DCOM show, so Wizards of Waverly Place is iconic. So like put this together, magic. I did cover Wizards of Waverly Place like a really long time ago. If you guys want to go listen to that one, I probably sound like a child, like an actual child, but it's okay. And so it brought in almost 7 million viewers, which is very good for this movie, surprisingly, considering I feel like Twitches like isn't like a super like high up there at DCOM. And it came out on October 12th, 2007. So I was like 3 years old. I was a little child.
I was literally 1.
Wow. Yeah. No comment. No comment.
Yeah.
But we're vibing and vibing.
Turning on the TV to watch Twitches. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I like I said, this is the first time I think I've ever seen it. So shout out to like new experiences. So our first character is Tiamari's character, which is Alex. And so in the first movie, I feel like she was more my favorite. But like in this movie, can we talk about how she literally had like a crush on like her sister's ex?
Yeah, like
And they're
obviously she
twins.
didn't know. Yeah, like he comes up to her in the quad. He's like, "Hey, why haven't you said hi to me?" And she's like, "Babe, I don't know you." Um, and then like she keeps talking to him even after Cameron's friend, what is her name, Tammy, tells her that like that's her toxic ex. You don't want to be around him. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know why you're being disloyal to your sister.
Yeah, that was a hot take, probably like the most awkward part of this movie. And so she's also living with her sister's like family because remember in the first movie, like they separate and then they like meet and they're like, oh my gosh, you look just like me. Oh, yeah. So now they're living together, which is really weird. Like, what happened to her parents? Where are they? They like didn't say that. They're like, oh, she's just living with us. And she's also a very big college student. She is very on top of her college game. She is like, they're invited to go back to their like home in the castle. And she's like, yeah, I gotta go to college. So shout out to her. She's just living her best life, but she kind of annoyed me a little bit in this movie. And I don't know why, but like, she's not my favorite Twitch anymore.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I think most of it was because like she was thinking that the like shadow thing, whatever, was her dad when like it was clearly Thantos, and like she just like released all of the shadows,
Yeah.
and then
It's
he
all her
like
fault,
almost killed
essentially.
everyone.
Essentially.
Yeah,
Can we also talk
and
about
even
the
after the mom
fact,
like told her not to, like
yeah, can we talk about the fact that the dad just like came at the end and then like that was it? I thought he
yeah,
was dead.
yeah, like she was like, I've been searching in the Shadowlands for 21 years and you didn't see him? Like he was there.
I can't. Like this movie, like okay, overall, besides like certain parts of it was so good, but like just the story and like this like Alex, why was she like this? Like, yeah, that's essentially all I have to say about her. So shout out
Like in
to
the first movie, she was like kind of cool. Like she was like a writer. She liked the moon. She was like living with her friend. And then like in this one, she was just like, well, I have to find my dad. Like, no,
no, you
you have
don't.
to save your kingdom. Like,
It felt very princessy in this movie, which I was kind of here for.
yeah, no, Cameron like wanting to be a princess and like learning how to do her magic and wearing the tiara, like that was great. I like that a lot.
I very much agree. And that leads us right into Cameron. So Cameron is my favorite in this movie. No ifs, ands, or buts. Like this, she understood the assignment. Like she went into this movie, she literally was iconic. Like we have her sister who is just a flippin' mess. Find her dad, get over it. He's dead. Like, or supposedly he's dead. Like we don't.
Like it's not like you knew him and now you're like missing him. Like you've existed for all this time without knowing your dad. He could have been like a terrible person and you just brought it back.
Yeah,
Like
so calm down, girl. But Cameron, okay, we can literally like call her Queen Cameron because she's got like the crown on it. She literally knew what was going on, and I feel like she knows what she's doing. She goes by herself to the kingdom because she understood that like it is in danger. Like she needed to come step in, and then you have Alex. I gotta go to college, girl. Bye.
yeah, she's like, I have to meet with my advisor. No, like your mom is telling you that everyone is gonna die. Like,
Yeah. And so she's also receiving like these clues that their father is alive, but I feel like she doesn't care like whatsoever.
mm-hmm. Like I think she understands that like it's probably Thantos trying to like trick her, like
Mm-hmm.
which it was. And then Alex is just like, no, but it's all his stuff. Did you not think that they were like close? Like they were
Yeah,
brothers.
Yeah, and like also the whole fact that the villain's name is Thanos just reminds me of like Marvel, like Thanos.
Mhm.
Like I love Marvel. I'm a Marvel stan. I'm like into it all, but like it's just so funny because every time I'm like just like thinking of like him like snapping like all of the life away, but that's like literally the whole different universe. Like and like I thought they like I hate when movies for the second movie like bring the villain back from the first movie.
Mhm.
And that's what they did. That's what they did. Because like at the beginning, they like did a whole recap, which I always think is so funny in sequels. Like they do like a recap of the first movie at the beginning. They're like, yeah, so they defeated him. The darkness is gone. And then 2 seconds later, he's back.
Yeah, we defeated Thanos and the kingdom is great. And then like literally 2 minutes later, she's like, okay, everyone is in danger and the darkness is overtaking everything. Yep.
The shadow effect is so funny to me because it's just like
Mhm.
floating.
Yeah, yeah, literally. And like it's like red too, which like shadows are not red.
Yeah. Also, I love her love interest, Dimitri, also just because I love the name Dimitri. Like,
Mhm.
shout out Cameron. Cameron knew what she knew what to do.
Yeah.
So the mother, I have a little bit of a bone to pick with her, Miranda. Okay, so
Mhm.
in the first movie, she was like not in it very much because like there's like the whole darkness thing, but now she's in it like almost the entire movie, and I just don't understand her.
Yeah, like she's like very sad and like kind of prissy and like keeping to herself, which like I get it, like your husband died, you have a lot of things to do. But like also the part where they mentioned her like taking everyone's magic away, I did not like that.
Yeah, because she was like so full of herself, and for what? Like your husband died.
Mhm.
Like these kids are in college, probably like 20 years ago, 18 years ago. Like
Mhm.
girl, you need to move on. And like I just never liked her. Like I don't think I liked her in the first movie either. Like just her attitude is just all wrong.
Mhm. Yeah, she seemed like kind of angry all the time.
Yeah. No, she needs to like go get some help for that. She needs to like
Mhm.
just get her life together like me. That's literally me today. I have decided I'm just gonna get my life together today. I'm gonna clean my room, get my homework done because homecoming is this week and I'm very excited. I talked about homecoming in my last episode too, but I'm just very excited for it. Like themes. Actually, the theme days suck. Sorry, but like
Oh, what are they?
okay, so Monday is pajama day. Could be
Hmm.
worse, could be better. Tuesday is pop star day, so it's like dress like a celebrity. So I'm low key thinking of dressing up as the famous podcaster. That's a Matthew.
Oh my God, you should totally do that. It's so fitting.
Yeah. And then what is Wednesday? Oh, Star Wars Day is Wednesday. I have a Star Wars graphic tee that I bought. It's like yellow and it's like really cool. It's really cute. I love it.
Mhm.
Thursday. What is Thursday? Oh, it's called Time and Space, which is technically Throwback Thursday.
Oh, sure, sure.
Yeah. So I have like these Pac-Man socks. I think that's like, I don't know. I don't even know. And then Friday is Galaxy, which is our class color day. So like the juniors are green.
Fun.
Yeah. So our homecoming theme is under the stars. So like all the themes are like stars or like nighttime
Oh,
theme.
sure, sure. Yeah,
Yeah. So it's quite the time to be alive. And then homecoming's on Saturday. I talked about this. I got my shirt, got my tie. We're ready to go.
yeah, as you should.
As you should. Yes. No, literally homecoming is very close. And like I'm excited, but like it's too much stress for me. Like the theme
I'm
days, I
glad.
want to take the theme days like to the next level. I don't got time for any of this extra stuff. So I'm just gonna get my life together today and then worry about everything else tomorrow.
Yeah. Loki kind of glad that mine is over. It was good though.
Yeah, I'm really glad because you know what? Everyone just needs a good time in their life. And right now, that good time is not right now for me.
Mhm.
All right. I promise everyone I'm okay. I feel like every time I go on a rant on the podcast, it ends in like a really like sad, depressing way, but like it's okay. It's okay. We're all vibing and thriving. I feel like just like school is so stressful. It's okay. We're gonna get through it. AP Lang.
Absolutely not.
No,
Worst
I
class I am taking.
yeah, I wrote an essay. I feel like my podcast listeners will enjoy this. I wrote an essay about The Bachelor and how much it's overrated and how it basically sucks. I mean, I still watch it, but like it sucks. And my teacher's like, I hate The Bachelor. And I was like, great, you're gonna love this essay. The prompt was literally, what is overrated? So I literally told him he hated it. He didn't even like read past the first 2 sentences in front of the whole class and threw a fit.
How dare he?
I know. And it was like and I gave him like evidence too. He's like, why are you citing Thomas? And I was like, because you wanted evidence. Like, yeah. So I was not very happy with that. So AP Lang is not my class. Up next is Thantos, who I would just want to talk about the fact that he is related in the family, because we've got like he is their dad's brother, the brother-in-law of Miranda, and the uncle. And they're like, oh yeah, I'm pretty sure he killed your father. And they're like, oh, let's bring our father back. And like
literally thinking that the like shadow thing that's trying to like infiltrate all of your life is your dad, who's been dead for like 20 years and not the villain of the last story who like tried to ruin your life.
Yeah. He did.
Yeah,
he did ruin their life. Like, that's what I don't understand. Like, they're like, oh yeah, shadow guy. And like the fact that they think that he killed their dad, and then they're like, oh my gosh, Thantos, like something is not adding up here. And like, I think like overall the storyline is a mess, but like in general, the movie is actually good. Like, I was watching it and I was like, I'm vibing. Like, I didn't even go to church today. Like I was watching this movie. I did get yelled at though. So Debbie Ryan.
Love that for you.
Yeah. So yeah, Thantos, kind of a mess.
Mm-hmm.
So now we have their dad, which the one grope I have with him in this movie is the fact that he's lived in the Shadowlands and then he comes back at the end for like 2 seconds and then the movie's over.
Yeah. Like, oh, hold on. Why would they choose to end the movie with the Ileana and Karsh's wedding? Like, that was boring.
Like, I know. I had no want to watch that. I literally like almost wanted to skip it, but I was like, there's like 2 minutes left. Like, I just should watch. No, because I literally had no connection to them, like whatsoever. Like, in the first movie, I liked them more, but in the second movie, they were useless.
Yeah, like they started off, they like came through the portal in the pool, and they were like, "Hey guys," and then like for the rest of the movie, it was just like lame jokes and like no development of their characters.
No, it was bad. I did not ship them. I didn't want them to get married, and then they're like, "Oh yeah, so the final scene of this entire franchise is going to be them getting married."
Mm-mm. Like, you chose to end a whole movie. Like, this is the culmination of everything in the movie, and it's just like them getting married, and there's a donkey there. Like, why?
No, literally, because the whole wedding didn't make any sense. Like, why was everyone so invested? Why were the college friends at the wedding?
Yeah, like, I get that Alex and Cameron, but like,
they weren't getting married. I would hope they weren't getting married because like they're siblings, but like,
yeah, but like, can they travel between the worlds?
I know. I'm so many unanswered questions just because of one stupid little scene at the end.
Yeah. Like, it ended with their like dad. That clearly could have been like the ending of the movie, or like they go back to to Cameron's house and like Alex is there and they're like Twitches or like whatever. Yeah.
No, because like I just didn't like the ending. Like, it could have just ended with like the dad. Like, that would have been so much like better. And like they have like a family reunion, like maybe like a family dinner, like celebration, like I don't know, or maybe like a coronation or something. I don't know, anything other than the wedding. Yeah,
like crown Alex and Cameron queens instead of Miranda, who's boring
and pissy.
Yeah.
Like, no, I can't. She needs like, I don't know. She needs just something in her life that something's lacking.
Like, go for a walk, get a dog.
So honestly, let's just go into the Karsh and Ileana.
Yeah.
No. First movie, I like them.
They like really bimboified Ileana which like cute fun, but like she was stupid and like she wasn't helpful to Alex and Cameron at all. And the way that she kept talking to Dimitri and she was like, "Can you give me this chicken salad?" Absolutely not. Like they're saving your life.
No, because like I liked them in the first movie, but in the second movie, they were just like were dumb sidekicks, and I was done with it. Like
Yeah.
the pool scene, like the directors are like probably like, oh my god, this is so funny. This is so cute and quirky. It was not funny.
It was not.
And they're like, it's just like there was nothing. Like the wedding scene was so awkward.
Yeah, they like kept forgetting to like say what they needed to. Like this is your
Imagine
wedding.
getting married and not knowing what to say. Like I low key, I hated them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's literally all I have to say. Like, I don't have any other comments. I just didn't enjoy them. I thought that they were like unnecessary. I thought their humor was also like super
Yeah. And
off,
like
if that makes
I
sense.
feel like the like writers, directors, whatever, were like trying to have them to have like a banter and like fun, cute coupley stuff, but it was just like they were fighting in like dire situations. Weird.
Yeah, I think they need to go like couples therapy or something. Like figure out their life a little bit, but
Yeah.
it's fine. It's fine for them. As long as they're happy, I guess. And so is there any other characters that you really want to talk about? Like the college friends kind of were useless. They just like were in the beginning and then they showed up at the wedding.
Yeah. Although I was very weirded out by like their friendship. I feel like Cammy had like ulterior motives. She was like trying to get with Marcus or something. Cause
Oh, hot take.
yeah, there was like definitely a scene where it was like Marcus and Alex talking. Alex walks away and then she comes up and she's like flirting with him a lot. And then like Alex and Cameron like have like the door portal and then like they go in it and it like flies up into the sky and they're like, "Oh, I didn't see that. Did you?" And then Cammy's like, "Ah, ha, 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 ha." Yeah. Like
No,
I am
because you're
forgetting the
so
like
right.
instances, but it definitely felt like she was trying to break them up or like break Alex and Marcus up and like break Cameron and Marcus up so that she could get with Marcus.
You're so right. You know, people that do that because literally there's literally something going on like this at my school. Like there's like this one girl that like wants to get with this guy and it's like a drama fest, whatever. And it's homecoming week. So like it's just, also if I see one more homecoming proposal, I'm just gonna I'm so done with them. Like literally, if you go in front of the whole school and are like, yeah, will you go to homecoming with me? No, no, no.
Imagine they say no. That's terrible.
Because I literally watched that freshman year. I talked about this in my last episode too. I was like, I watched a girl ask a guy to homecoming at lunch in front of like the whole school, and he said no.
I would feel terrible. Like that's so sad.
To be fair, they had like no connection whatsoever. It was really random, but like
Well, yeah.
still weird. Like, why would you? Like, you could at least like talk to them, like walk off to the side and like have a little chit chat. No, literally, homecoming proposals are so overrated. I'm just gonna say it. I would know. I would
Like,
know. Getting laughed at on people's stories.
yeah. I'm so sorry that happened. Like,
No, it's okay. We've moved on. We're bigger and better. And the people that did that, they don't have a date. So I don't want to hear it from them.
yeah. And also, like, you don't necessarily like need a date. Like, go with your friends. Like, it's homecoming.
Yeah.
No one.
And please don't start drama with me if you don't have a date. It's not my fault.
Yeah.
At a certain someone, but like you just got to move on. Like I feel like everyone just live your life. That's all I've been saying lately is just live your life. Like I don't give a flying F what you think. Like I'm just gonna live my life. I'm like, isn't there like a TikTok sound like just live your life, live your life?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay, story time. I met one of my favorite TikTokers yesterday at Six Flags.
Oh my god, that's so much fun.
So his username is like this is Max Kennedy or whatever. He does like theme park videos. And so I was waiting and so I saw him after like the big uprising thing. And then I saw him again. And then I saw him in line for one of the rides that I was also in line for. And then we like crossed like paths because we were like going like this. And I said hi to him and I was like, I love your videos. And he was so nice. Oh my God. And he's like famous too. So like that was like, yeah. So that
Good
was
for you.
Good for me. Isn't there? Yeah, what's it? Olivia Rodrigo's good for you. I
Yeah,
say that
yeah.
whenever anyone says "good for you," that's all I think about,
Hmm.
and I'm not ashamed. I'm not ashamed to say it. Yeah. So that's pretty much it for characters. As you can tell, we have a strong disliking towards pretty much every single character in one way or another, except for Cameron. Cameron,
Yeah.
Queen.
Cameron, wonderful.
Wonderful. Chef's kiss. So honestly, let's get into the plot because I just want to break this down because watching it, it was really confusing. So I pulled up a synopsis to kind of help me like understand because literally we start off and it's so random because we get a recap of the first movie. So it's like if you didn't see the first movie, this is what happened, and now here's where we're at. So we see the sisters, the Twitches, if you will, and they are living their life, and we see Miranda, who is like, oh my gosh, I miss you, Aaron. I miss you. You're my king. I miss you. Like, girl, it has been 18 years, maybe 19. Like,
Yeah.
it's time to move on. And so she exits the room, and all of a sudden we see the shadow, just like, ooh, shadow. Like, what is that? What is that? Like,
Yeah, like the shots here were so weird because they were like one flash at this angle and then like 3 seconds later this flash, and like they were trying to show like the perspective from like the shadow, but like it was a very strange way to do it. Like the shadows are not moving around all the time.
no, because what was okay? Do you know like when she was walking down the hallway, there was like this really like weird like shot where like it was like really shaky like effects, and it was like a
Yeah,
really what was that? They did that several times, and every single time they did it, I was like, what are they doing?
it felt like they were trying to like transition to like a whirlwind coming and hitting her and she like falls to the ground, but like no, it was
I
just
wish she
like
would have fell to the ground. Like,
yeah.
I'm sorry, I just hated her. I really did.
Yeah.
And so now we're back in the regular mortal world. And so we see Cameron is practicing her magic. So she's like doing all this stuff. She's like throwing the dishes into the dishwasher, and she like made like a huge mess. And it's like a whole scene. And
Yeah.
this was like I think the only part where I didn't like Cameron because I felt like she was like trying to like show off, and like I get it, but like show offs, I don't buy it.
Yeah, she was like, let's see the new trick I've been practicing, but like she was not good at it. Like you need more practicing.
Yeah. So she definitely learned she needed more practicing. And so Alex is living with Cameron because she's going to Waverly University, which can we talk about that? Waverly, and they had a show called Wizards of Waverly Plays premiering right after it. Mm. It also just sounds like a really weird like university. Like it seems like a community college. Waverly
Yeah,
University.
like she was like, it's 1 mile from the house. Like, I feel like
Um,
campus should be bigger than like 1 mile away. There's people living there, you know?
yeah, I mean, like my uncle used to live like a mile away from UW Madison, but the campus is huge. So like,
Yeah,
and it depends on which direction, but there's no way like the campus looks so small. Like in the shots, like they have like this one little building and like the sign was like Waverly University.
yeah.
And then you
And there
see
were
the
like
guy come up and
stairs.
be like, why haven't you been talking to me? Like, boy,
Yeah,
you literally dated her twin sister.
yeah. Like he was definitely confused at first, but then like later he says like, "Oh, I definitely knew it was you." Like, no, you did not.
Pack your bags and go.
Yeah. Did you like start meeting Alex and you were like, oh, I'm gonna get with my ex's sister? Like that was your plan all along? Why? Literally why?
Yeah, and so we see the sidekicks, that's what I'm gonna call them, the annoying sidekicks. They come and they're like, oh my gosh, guys, you have to come. There is a huge like problem. And they're like, oh, and we're getting married.
Yeah. They were like, we have such big news to tell you. And then they spent like 2 minutes just like anticipating the news. And then they were like, we're getting married. Y'all were not dating before this.
Why are
Like,
you getting married? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. People, they just like are such a weird couple too.
yeah. And they were like, we've been dating on and off for like 50 years. Why? Like,
Why? Like, you're right though.
yeah.
I didn't like them. I'm sorry. I don't like them as a couple. Like, I don't think they're a good couple. I mean, I'm a very judgy person, and I hate to say it, but I am. And so like I can like I'm judging you, and they are just not a good couple. They just aren't. And so they're like, we're getting married. Come to our wedding. But there's also a huge problem. And Miranda wants to see you. So first off, Miranda. Ew. Second off, so Cameron's like, oh, I'll go. So she goes. But we have Alex who's like, I gotta go to college. Girl.
I really feel like in this world, being a princess seems like a lot more fun than going to college. This feels a lot like 80s feminism, where they're like, you don't have to conform to the societal standards of being like a feminine little doll. You can just go to work and be your own like manager, whatever would happen.
That's literally what it felt
But
like, because it felt like, oh, I don't want to go be a princess. I want to go to college.
Yeah, like literally, who does not want to be a princess?
I'd be a princess. I'm
Yeah.
just saying the facts. I would not. First off, college scares the donkers out of me.
Yeah.
Like I was on UW-Madison campus on Friday for a memorial service, and you know what? That campus scared me. There is like so many people.
Yeah.
But like also, I want to go to a big college. I don't want any of this small private stuff. I've had enough of private schools. I want to live my life. You know, that's my message for everyone. Just live your life. Yeah. So, yeah. So she goes off to college. So Cameron goes all by herself. She goes through the portal in her room, which I still don't understand the portal in the room from the first movie, but I digress. And so there is a portal in her room. So she doesn't use the pool portal, which was not funny, but the directors kept pushing the pool portal.
Yeah, they like straight up walked into the pool and they were just like carrying on the conversation. Like, was it not cold?
And also the portal was like, they went into the pool, and you would think if the portal was in the pool, they'd like go down. No, they fly up into the sky.
Yeah. Like, who decided this was a good way to stage that shot?
Who decided that they were going to get married and then there was going to be a pool portal? Because like right now at this point, they're just at the bottom of my list.
Yeah, like you have to think of how many people approved that, like in the script and like the shots, and like no.
So then we meet Dimitri, who is in the synopsis they call him a handsome man. I thought that was
true. Yeah,
that is. I would agree with that statement. And so she thinks that he's a prince, but he's actually just a servant. Yeah. Don't conform to the norms.
Yeah.
Yeah, so poor Dimitri. And so now, we have met Dimitri. Now we're gonna meet Marcus. Now Marcus. He dated Cameron. Now he meets Alex. And like what?
Yeah. Also, can we talk about how Dimitri like was teaching Cameron how to use her magic? Like, this man is not enough over the age of like 25 to like understand how to use magic, even like back when they did have it.
Yeah.
Like, how does he know?
It was very weird. But I love the name Dimitri, so he gets bonus points.
He gets a free pass. Yeah.
Yeah, kind of a mess. So he thinks that it's Cameron. It's not Cameron. I should say Marcus thinks it's Cameron. It's not Cameron. And so then Beth is like, yeah, that's Alex.
Yeah.
Awkward. Yikes. So now we are getting clues that we believe that the father is alive in the shadows. What does that even mean?
Yeah, that part I really did not like.
Yeah, and then so Miranda is like, oh my gosh, Thanos is coming. And so he's going to cast a spell on us. Oh my God, not a spell. So then it's supposed to be during an eclipse. And I'm sorry, but every time an eclipse is included in anything, I just love it because I love like eclipses and like all that. So I was like, bonus points. But they're like, oh, our powers will be the strongest during the eclipse. But if they perform this spell to get rid of Thanos, the Shadowlands are going to be destroyed, which means that their father's officially going to be dead, but I thought he was already dead.
Yeah. Like he's existing in the Shadowlands, but like, does that mean at any point they could have brought him back? Like, I feel
That's
like
why
with
I'm
how
so
Miranda
confused.
is,
Like they just
like she would
arose
be fine.
him. They just arose him out of
Yeah.
the shadows. But now, why couldn't they do that like 5-10 years ago?
Yeah. And also, like, later on, Thantos was like beating up Aaron's shadow, like in the real world. Like, are their powers also strong in the world, or like is the solar eclipse also happening? Because I feel like that would have been included.
That's
Like
what
if
I
Dark,
was so confused about, because I'm so confused about like the powers. Like at the like it started to feel like the kingdom. Oh, I already forgot. Like Coventry. Did I almost say COVID? Coventry. And then like the mortal world, they kind of like seem like to like mix in this movie, which in the first movie they were so like separate. So I'm very confused at this point. But Alex does not want to like do this, but Cameron, being a queen that she is kind of like over it. She's like over the death of her dad and is like, yeah, so I'm just gonna do the spell anyways. She's a queen.
Yeah.
She is a queen.
Or Alex was like, I know you'll make the right decision. And then she did make the right decision by like banishing all of them. Yeah.
Yeah, literally correct. So Alex, because she's still obsessed with her dad, is like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna bring him from the shadows. But she brings back Thantos.
Who could have seen that coming?
Not me. Like, they just got rid of him in the first movie, and now it's like, oh, I'm back. Why?
Who let this happen?
Yeah, literally, who did let this happen? Because now, we see that he's gonna try and destroy the shadow of their father, and so then Thantos like takes the shadow, and then everyone gets locked out of the kingdom, which is so like, what is this, 5-year? Like, is this written for 5-year-olds? Like, where's the tea? Where's the juice?
Yeah.
The storyline at this point just got so boring for me.
Yeah, like they were trying to make it like interesting, I think. It just like really was not anything new and exciting.
Yeah. So then Dimitri comes back and helps them get in. And then Miranda returned his powers to him. But why him?
Well, I think it said that like everyone got their powers back, but I think it was because like Alex was like, you took everyone's powers, but like she only cared because Dimitri told her, you know?
Yeah. I must have missed that. I'm honestly at this point, I was so bored. I was kind of zoning out. So
yeah, very much. I was like doing my makeup as I was watching, and I was just like, my eyeliner that I do every single day is a little bit more interesting than this.
That is very fair. You know what? I vibe. So then Alex, Cameron, Miranda, they bring their dad back, and the dad defeats Thantos once and for all, hopefully. And he goes down into a portal. And so now I think he's officially like gone.
Yeah.
Do we think he's gone forever?
I think probably, considering that if he was not gone, they probably would have made another sequel.
I feel like, what are they gonna call it? Twitch's 2-2?
Twitch's 2-2, yeah. Now they have a ballet plot line.
Yeah, 2-2. And so now we get to our favorite scene of the whole entire movie, the marriage scene.
My favorite, yeah.
Literally everyone from the entire movie is there. David, Emily, the housekeeper, Beth, Marcus, Cameron, Dimitri, everyone is there. Everyone, just like, and what? And for what?
They were we didn't have any friends because we didn't talk to anyone for like 21 years, but like, did you not have friends before that? Y'all are very like outgoing people. I feel like you would have gone to at least one party.
At least one.
And he was like, my mother-in-law has to travel in. I feel like she was not there. We did not see her.
Yeah. And then like it's just so weird. They exchange their rings. Um, King and Queen, Aaron and Miranda pronounce them husband and wife. They kiss, and then they have this reception, and they all chant like "Go Twitches."
Yeah,
That's like essentially the ending.
Which was not living up to standards. Like I expected better from this movie.
Yeah, so that's it. So now it's time to rate the movie. Everyone's favorite time.
Wait, hold on. Can we talk about two things? Okay.
Yeah.
The car portal. I thought that was the coolest thing ever. They were like driving up a skyscraper.
Yeah. Oh, that was cool. That was really cool.
Yeah.
They actually did something there.
Yeah, and they were like screaming. That was the best part of the movie. Also, the scene where Alex and Marcus are like going over notes or something, and then like Cameron's friend tells Cameron like, oh, they're in there talking. So Cameron sees Alex leave, dresses up as Alex, and then like goes to talk to Marcus. And then Alex sees that Cameron is doing this, so Alex dresses up as Cameron and then comes over to talk to them.
And for what?
This was so much fun. Like
I understood like that why they did it, but it was so weird because like he's like interested in both of them. Like that's so
he's interested in both of them. And then like Cameron has been lying to everyone saying that like she broke up with him when he broke up with her.
Yeah. She was trying to be like a girl boss.
Mm-hmm.
But she wasn't. Hot take.
Yeah, that was like Cameron's only flaw.
Yeah, otherwise than that, I loved her. So shout out to her. You are iconic. But okay, rating wise, after I watched the movie, I was gonna give it like a 5. I think I'm gonna maybe raise it to a 6.
Yeah,
a 6 out of 10. Points were taken off for bringing Thanos back. He could have stayed in the shadows. And also the storyline that I really didn't like was like Marcus and the wedding. Those like are the 3 things. And just overall, this movie was good, but there was just a lot of like plot holes and like other stuff. So I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10.
Yeah. I think that like for a DCOM, it's like a 6.57. Like it's cute, it's fun. I appreciate what they were trying to do. But like if I had to go to a movie theater and see this, I would say probably like a 5.
Yeah, it was pretty rough. But it was still a fun watch. I did enjoy it, and this is the like 3rd spooky season episode of That's So Matthew. That's so exciting. We talked about some other good ones. Halloween Town High. I don't know if you've ever seen that one.
I like that one.
I like that one too. The Scream team. Very interesting. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. What was the other ones? Under Wraps, which is coming out this year, 2021. I'm gonna cover it like right after it comes out, so you guys should all tune in. And then what was the last one? Oh, Phantom of the Megaplex. That is the last one. So all fun, all fresh. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of the podcast. I definitely did. This was a fun one. It was a little weird. There were some stuff that we didn't like, but overall it was a fun watch. And I want to thank you so much for coming on the podcast.
Yeah, of course.
I had a good time. I feel like it was just a good time to just like catch up and to talk about a great or not so great movie, whichever way you want to look at it. And so I think that's about it for me. If you guys want to follow me on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, just look up at That's So Matthew and you'll find me, and you can like look at all the fun stuff there. And you can go to my website, that'smatthew.com, and just like take a look at some of my past stuff and my merch. I think that's about it. Stay tuned for more spooky season episodes coming very soon, and I'll see you guys all in another episode again soon. Bye.